All right, Stacey, ready?
Okay. Chris
Let's
is
do
gonna
it.
feel weird about this.
I don't care. All right, everybody, here we are. It's the Sleazegrinder Super Show. My name is Ken. You might know me as the frankly legendary rock writer Sleazegrinder. Stacey, can you tell me which camera I'm supposed to be looking in?
We are on camera 1.
And this, of course, is The Last Gang in Town, the TV edition. Here she is, the Chachi to my fawn, Stacey DC.
Hello.
And here she is, my beautiful bride and the producer of the show, Stacey Dawn. No Chris Heavynecker Cardone this evening because he is in the recording studio laying down some tracks. That's what rock and rollers do. They lay down some tracks.
Right. He also had a wild party this weekend, so
Yeah.
maybe
He's working on
he's
his
actually recovering.
He's working on his vocals this evening for a brand new Heavynecker track, which you will be hearing in the future. But we have a very exciting show for you right out in the foyer, Stace.
Mm-hmm.
We have just a wonderful special effects artist. Her name is Diane Pimental.
Pimental.
Thank you. She's going to come on. She's going to tell us all about her craft. I think maybe she's going to give us a black eye if we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
And
do I have to get on the train with it?
Yeah.
I was going to a podcast event after this, but
Why
not?
Won't you look even better with a...
Great for networking.
Yeah. Stace, can you bring up Diane's website so we can
Yeah, in just a second.
look, so we can take a gander at some of the creepy, crawly stuff that she's created for people in her illustrious career? Then we'll bring her out here and we'll talk about... Yeah, just go right behind there. There you go. She's got it. Nice. Beautiful. Oh no! Wait! Now go back in. No! I gotta introduce you.
She really didn't want to mess up, and they told her she probably would, just like everybody else.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Do it again. Yep.
Okay, hold on. When I call your name,
Yep.
come on. By the way, how do you pronounce your last name correctly?
Pimental.
Pimental. Hey, I think did you nail it?
I didn't nail it.
I
said
nailed it.
Pimental.
I said Pimental, right? Did I say Pimental?
I think you were. If you didn't say it right, you were much closer than I.
Thank you. And so, are you ready with the bubbles? Do you think?
Oh, you think this is fired up?
There they go. Right.
There we go.
Okay. And then let me get the fog.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is perfect for our guests. So, Stace, can you bring up? I want to show a little of this spookiness, and then we'll show the woman behind it.
If I can find it, I will
Okay.
do it.
All right.
Right now, it's not coming up.
It's not coming up.
But I have some stuff on my drive. So
Okay.
hang on
So
one
all right,
second. Let me
show
just
us
use
something.
that.
All right, because you know, Stacy, Halloween is coming soon, and you know what happens at Halloween? Things get spooky around here. But how do things get spooky? That's the question. That's what we're going to find out today. Oh my God! Show us what's happening right there.
Halloween inspiration.
Look, there she is.
That is gnarly.
With half of her face ripped right off. All right, here she is, Diane Pimental. Woo!
This is the worst.
That is the worst bubble machine we've ever
It's
had.
so underwhelming.
Yeah.
It does have a very overwhelming sound.
Yeah. Diane, how long have you been a special effects artist?
I've been doing it for 3 years now.
Fantastic. So what happened that made you think, this is what I want to do?
I've always been such a huge horror fan,
Yeah.
since I was younger, so I don't know, I've always just admired the makeup, so one day I just said, hey, I'm just gonna mess with it. I went to a Halloween store, I bought, latex and, the zipper stuff. The zipper face was the first thing I did for makeup.
The first thing you ever did was a zipper face.
Yeah, that zipper, where it, zips and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
comes up.
That's an ambitious first
It is, yeah.
attempt.
Wait, I mean, did you...
I would have been like black eye.
Right. Did you do any kind of stuff when you were a kid?
I mean, I drew,
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but nothing no.
You have any dress up fetishes or anything like that?
Not really. I was actually kind of a tomboy growing up.
Okay. So you did the zipper and it worked out. Did you do the
Yeah.
zipper on yourself?
No, I did it actually on my husband.
Okay.
So, and I just did it. I went out there. I said, I'm just gonna see how it comes out, and I was happy with it. And then I just kind of went from there. I messed with the latex. I did a wound with
Yeah.
safety pins coming out of it and blood and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is
So,
Halloween a really busy time of year?
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's my busiest time of year.
Has Halloween season started yet?
Actually, yeah, I'm already. I book ahead of time. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's already has. Yeah.
In fact, I live across the street from the Twin City Plaza, and they I don't know if it's open yet, but they have the sign for their pop-up Halloween store already, so it's coming any day now. So you got to start getting ready now. Mm-hmm. Prepare now.
I
Don't
start
blow it.
preparing the day after Halloween, like
Right.
last year.
That's what you got to do.
gotta do ahead of time.
What did you do last Halloween? Tell me some of
Last-
the Tell me some of the things that you did last Halloween season.
I did actually. I was working on a film, and then also I did a lot of Halloween parties that year. I had done like different, like people would have me come. I'd set up my makeup station, and like
Yeah.
I was saying before that we'd have like they have bands or whatever playing in the
Yeah.
background and things like that. So or I had like requests at people's houses. I go here and there.
Oh, so that's cool. So what you do is you show up and then you do makeup on people.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like for their Halloween party at their house, or it's
Yeah.
like a Halloween makeup party?
It's like usually like it could be like at a bar or anywhere, like where they're having a function or and I kind of
Yeah.
just like set up in like a corner or
So you have to be off the
People are
cuff.
dying,
People are like, I want to be a,
Yeah.
Clown, or do you have a
What are
certain
some of the?
aesthetic?
I
If
do
we
like-
show up at your table, what can you do for us?
It's like basic wounds. I'll do like
Yeah.
cuts, bruises,
Nice.
scars, things like that. Or
Yeah.
sometimes I'll do zombie stuff because that's pretty easy to do too. So.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. And then they can go about and continue the party with gruesome makeup.
Good time.
how much does a big scrape across the face set you back? How much does that cost?
It's not really. It's really just. It all depends on what I use. If I use if you want it to look like super like realistic and put money into it, depends. Yeah, like silicone would be like more expensive, but you could also go like the cheaper route and do like gelatin or things like that. So it depends, I guess, on what you're trying to look for. If you want like a quick one, I mean, it's like probably not that much.
Yeah.
Like under 20. Like I guess it depends too on where you go, stuff like that.
So as soon as you started doing this stuff, as soon as the zipper face was made, and then people saw what you were capable of, you probably suddenly had a career as a makeup effects artist, right? Because everybody needs that at some point. And so, have you dived into the world of movies yet?
Yes, I have actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Tell us about what you've done for movies.
So I've worked with Ungovernable Films. I did The Ungovernable Force, and Tony Moran, the guy who had played Michael Myers.
Yeah.
It was in that. So
Oh, yeah.
I got the opportunity to work with him. That was fun.
I saw it.
Did you see that?
They had a. Did they have a? They had premiere at the Capitol.
Yeah, Capitol Theater.
Were you weren't
I
there?
was
right?
there. I went to
I was
the
there.
7:30. There was two different shows.
Oh, yeah, it was
so
the
maybe
second one.
that's probably why.
That was the second one. Yeah.
But yeah, that
Yeah.
was fun. That was so much fun. I liked working with them.
There was a lot of blood and guts flying around in
Yes,
that.
there was lots. A lot out there. Yep.
Can you can you describe some of the stuff you did in that film?
For that we had like a lot of bums and stuff, so we had to like bum them up kind of.
Sure,
It
bum
was,
them up.
like, Yeah.
Yeah.
Make them look dirty and beat up. Did like lots of like cuts and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
gashes, things. There was like parts like where I think it was like on the leg I had to do a big open wound, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it was like I don't know if I can say on TV, but yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Gruesome stuff.
Right. Did you have anything to do with the my buddy Stabatha was in the movie, and she she was dead like in a bathtub in the beginning, I think.
Yeah.
And she was covered in like some kind of like mealworms or some kind of.
I did her makeup that day. Yeah. That was one of
Did you get to cover in the mealworms?
I didn't touch those. Oh no, I don't
Yeah.
do those. I like creepy stuff, but I don't like
Yeah.
bugs or anything. But yeah, that was fun. I did.
Yeah, she definitely went above and beyond that day, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love
Yeah,
her.
good for her.
She's amazing.
So you work with those guys. Are you gonna do more stuff for them?
Oh yeah, I have, and I've worked on like other things with them, and there was several. Just like so we have like a lot of things in the works. So
Yeah.
I don't work with them.
Okay, cool. And then besides that, have you done any other like short films or anything like that?
Yep, I done. I actually have them. I have like a bunch of them that I've done. I did a mummy shoot with 11 Car Pilot Productions, and it was like a cool little mummy thing we did for the 48-hour film.
That's a good one. So you were tasked, I'm guessing, to make the mummy,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And you go, Stacy, if you had to make a mummy, how would you do it?
Glue,
Glue,
toilet paper, water.
Right.
Maybe some that wound that I don't know, some gauze.
Yeah, so gauze, but gauze is like just a little roll like this is pretty expensive.
Yeah, that other
That's
like
too much.
tape that you use for
Honestly, I would make a paper towel mummy, I think.
paper towel.
Paper towel mummy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it
paper
seems
towels.
to your bounty mummy.
Paper towel, Scotch tape. That's how I would do it.
Scotch tape.
Yeah.
You think that would look authentic?
No, it wouldn't look authentic, but I don't have a budget, so what am I gonna do?
Right.
I gotta do a Scotch tape paper towel mummy.
Yeah.
Now,
Are we close?
no, we're not close. She's gonna tell us,
Scotch tape.
but I think I'd like to try it.
I mean, I know that toilet paper is used often, or at
Yeah.
least for like a low budget, because the one time I tried to make a big scar on my face for Halloween, I used toilet paper. It worked awesome.
Yeah, that does work great.
You
with,
just
like,
pack it on and then cut it away, sort of, once it dries.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that. That
Yeah.
was pretty good. Yeah. All right. So tell us how you made your mummy.
So I used dryer sheets actually. Like you use them,
Wow.
you soften them up, and then I kind of like I shred them so you don't see the hard edges on it.
Yeah.
You know. So I'll shred it, and I kind of like did that with latex, and I placed it all around the face, and and I painted her up, and it was pretty cool. I did like the yellow stuff in the teeth too. It was like tooth effects that you put in the teeth.
So
Teeth effects.
was the mummy dressed at all, or was the mummy just a mummy all the way?
Yep, I actually worked with another friend of mine, Rosemary, and her and I both worked together to kind of make like the clothing. Like she's more talented and
Yeah.
with that kind of thing. But
Okay.
but yeah, we kind of just put it together out of sheets and sewed a bunch of sheets together. And
Wow.
So when you're getting into like mouth stuff, eye stuff, do you ever sacrifice safety and or
Oh
health?
no, never, no.
Well, comfort. You definitely have to.
You have to.
You
We're
definitely-
all doing that every day, I hope.
Yeah, right. You got to sacrifice comfort for art sometimes.
Yeah.
So, like for example, in the one that we showed earlier, it looked like you were wearing probably a contact.
Yes.
Right. Mhm. You got that picture, Stace?
I got
All right, you want to just show me? She's going to show us a montage
Yes.
of some stuff. And we can maybe talk about it. Oh yeah, wow. So this is all
smokes.
stuff that you've done. Look at that kid at on the top.
I actually did that for the movie Silence. That was like a test shot for a movie I had worked on.
Now that one up at the top, the kid there, it looks like he got a shotgun blast to the face.
You know what we forgot to do is warn our viewers.
Yeah. Well, they've been warned now. But yeah, you can see obviously what you excel at here, Diane, is really gruesome accidents. Basically, look at that. There's Stace, look at that hand, that dangling hand with the bone sticking out.
Yeah.
I mean, how do we even pull something like that off, Diane?
Do you have a
What is happening?
vivid, screwy imagination, or do you do a lot of like research into different sorts of
a little bit of
techniques?
both.
Yeah.
I've always had like an interest in creepy things. So.
Yeah. Like if someone says blown off face, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I got an idea.
Well, also she's the go-to gal for a blown-off face.
That's.
I'm telling
I
you.
want to be. I
when
want
I-
to have that sort of name for myself.
When I need a blown off face, I am calling Diane because she's gonna be my blown off face
There will
go-to.
come a time too. I'm sure
Oh,
of it.
this-
Sooner than later.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need a blown
we
off
need
face.
Diane,
Yeah, exactly.
of course.
So
Always happy to be at your service.
so how do you, for example, so when we're just when we're talking about the kid up there with the shotgun blast to the face there, give us some idea about how you pull off something like that.
So basically, like, how do I do it? Is that what you asked me?
yeah.
I do the dryer sheets and the latex, and I.
You're
like,
telling me
shape
that's
them up.
dryer sheets too.
Yeah. Yep.
Are dryer sheets? Is that like a secret of the industry that you're?
Yeah, that's always my go-to. I mean,
Yeah.
like you were saying too, like the toilet paper or like tissue things like that. That's
Yeah.
good too. I just like that because it's like more durable. Like
Yeah.
I feel like the other one I have to keep doing a lot of layers, but yeah.
Wow.
That, and I do like the coagulated blood. You know, the thick blood. I kind of add that in there for dimension and. Yeah, I don't know. I match up skin tone, stuff like that.
So when you decided that you were going to start diving into this stuff, how did you find out how to do stuff? Did you just like read books? Did you research it on the internet? How did you find out how to make this kind of stuff?
YouTube. I looked up every. Yeah, I
Okay.
just like watch videos and.
Right. And I'm assuming that you watch some stuff, it gives you some ideas, and then you can kind of put your own spin on it from there.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. And then like so you talked about dryer sheets, you talked about some toilet paper here and there. What are the other, like, in your
Kid
toolkit?
essential.
Yeah, let's see what is in Diane's toolkit.
I always have, so I got my brushes, I have like obviously like the makeup wheels, I have tons of different like alcohol based paints, I have the bruise wheels, anything you would need for like trauma,
Bruise wheel.
things like that, yeah.
What's in a bruise wheel?
It has like all
the
the different
colors of
yeah, yep, and
blues,
All the
blacks,
beautiful colors of the bruise.
yep,
yellows.
Sure.
good stuff.
Yeah. And then I bet, like, if I tell you what kind of bruise I need, you go, oh yeah, that takes a little blue, a little yellow, a little red. Yeah. That's
Yeah, I
pretty good.
want a 3-day-old bruise.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you hear people talk, like I remember, you know, reading about how Robert Englund, when he was doing the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, like to become Freddy Krueger, he would have to be in the chair for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Before the day even starts, before he even starts acting, you know? So depending on how much makeup you're doing on somebody, it could take a really long time. Like what's the most amount of time that you spent on putting some makeup on somebody?
I think actually I shot that one 2 different times, but the last one I had the pieces made. But the first time I did that, it was like, I think, for the film, it was like 2.5 to 3 hours, I want to say. It took a while, because I had to make all like the little pieces that like hang and stuff.
Yeah.
So. But the second time around, I said I'm just gonna have all the pieces ready, and I did it.
And how was the guy when you were doing it? Was he pretty patient, or was it like?
He was excellent. Like he had a lot of patience to sit there.
Right, because that's tough. It's tough to just sit there and then have somebody glue stuff to your face for a long time. You know.
They just want to like eat or play with their phones and.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. You just got to sit there and do what you're supposed to do. So so tell us a little bit about what it's like to be on the set.
So I mean, it's all like it's like a fast-paced environment. I mean, I'm always on, like, I'll do the makeup, I'll sit them for however long I need, and then I'm always on standby to like do touch-ups, and anytime anything needs to be touched up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh wow! Yeah, look at that. There you are on the set.
Oh.
What are you doing there? You've got a hair dryer.
That one, I was actually applying tubing to his stomach because he was gonna like ooze out this bloody like ooze stuff.
Yeah.
Coming out of him, so we had to like put that on the front of him and have it like wide through the back and like down out of frame, so that like they would squeeze and the stuff would come out.
Oh, so what you're holding right there that's gonna squeeze the blood out?
Yep, see that tubing? It's like attached to him where my hand's holding it, but it's like it's attached through there and it was like hidden. I built up like the latex around it.
So you put that all in and then you get out of frame and then squeeze it and then blood spurts everywhere.
Yep. Wow. You put the coloring on it too and stuff. But
Yeah. By the way, that reminds me. What's the recipe? What's the best recipe for blood?
I use Caro syrup.
Yeah.
The corn syrup stuff. I use that. Cocoa powder.
Okay.
Set them with it. I use reds. The food coloring. I use like reds. I don't like to use a lot of blue because it'll make it like purplishy, but I add black, like a little dot of black in it too. Caro syrup, but and all that. So then I just mix it together, and that's how I do it.
So is that was that recipe concocted over time? Was it trial and error to come up with the best?
Each time you make it, it's always different.
Yeah.
It doesn't always come out exactly how it did like the time before but you get as close to it as you can.
Yeah. It'd be good to have your own signature blood, so that like when somebody sees the blood on screen, they go, "Oh, that's Dark Angel blood right there."
Right.
Look at it. Right.
Yeah, I guess.
Get a little. I'd put a little chunk in my blood. Is what I would do. I would make my blood
coagulated.
Chunky. Yeah. I mean, I guess there's no chunks in actual blood, so maybe that wouldn't work. But I feel it would add a little something.
Yeah.
To my kind of thing. Let me ask you this. So, has there been anything that you've wanted to try that you haven't yet? That'd be like your sort of dream effect to do, if you could?
Like a look?
Yeah.
I want to try to do, so I do a lot of gore. I'm trying to like lean towards creature makeup now.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
starting to like kind of study that and I want to do more of that.
So you want to get out of the slasher stuff and then start making monsters.
Yeah, like I want to do both. Like
Yeah.
I love the slasher stuff, so I still want to do that, and then as well as like creatures with it. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Okay. Have you made any monsters yet?
I have actually. I made like a skinless zombie. I have it on my. I don't know if you saw it, but on my page. So and that was actually pretty cool. I put like the veins and stuff and like the oozy blood.
Skinless zombie. It's intense, man.
That's a lot of more like structural stuff often, right? Is that a lot more difficult to have the
like to
extra
me.
pieces?
Yeah, well, the way I did it, because at the time when I had made that, I wasn't doing the molding and like that whole process of making it. But at the time, what I did was I sculpted it out myself and did it on his face with like cotton latex, and it took a while. That one took a while to do.
Wow. Wow, look at that.
That was the one, yes.
That's the skinless zombie right there.
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
Gosh, so gross.
Yeah. It's really. Can I
How do
see
you
that
do
for
the
again?
mouth? Let's see the mouth.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's look at that again. You know what's intense about that is it's hard to even see the guy underneath.
Right, like I can't tell if that's like something over his mouth. That's the whole thing is a mask over his mouth, right?
Yeah, it's a whole. It's a whole.
piece.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How's the breathing situation under that?
His nose was open. You just can't see the holes.
Okay.
The way that I painted like black around it to kind of disguise it, and his mouth was actually open too. That was like had a slit, but I covered it like with the blood, so you couldn't really see.
Is that a
That's
removable piece, or is that?
No, you're in that for life.
Yeah. That's it. Once you put it on.
I was still walking around like that.
It's basically a mask now. I did a bald cap attached to it, and I still have it at home.
Yeah. What did you like so you obviously you've been a horror fan for a long time. Would you like make cool outfits for Halloween yourself when you were a kid going out for Halloween?
I always went for like the most creepiest. I've never made my own. I mean, I would have. I don't know. I'm surprised I didn't. But no, I always just went for the creepiest costumes and bought them.
Yeah.
I did mess
What
around
did you
with
do
makeup, but...
for Halloween?
I actually liked creepy costumes too. Anything that involves doing your own makeup is actually what I've tried to do. Because I don't like the stereo.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
you like to do your
sometimes
own.
I like the funny ones too.
Yeah.
Like when I was Jelly Beans one time, walking around with a bunch of balloons.
Yeah, jelly beans.
Or like really obnoxious, like one time I just was wearing this box that took up this whole room in a really tiny apartment.
Yeah.
A huge party.
Yeah.
And so I just had to say excuse me all night. So really the joke was on me. 'Cause
Right.
It was terrible.
Wait, so you went as a box?
I was like a present.
Oh, you were a present. Did it have like a bow on it? And
Yeah.
Stuff? So you
I
could
just
tell.
had a big box. It was like I was a gift.
Yeah. You were the gift. You were a gift to the party.
Right.
Yeah. I
And
get
then
it.
the next day, I mean, eventually the box came off. It was super annoying.
Yeah.
The next day I went back to get something that I forgot, and my box was in the driveway right in front of the apartment, run over like 10 times.
Oh no.
It's pretty good.
And that was the end of that
Yeah.
box.
What about you? Best Halloween costume?
Can I tell you something? Here's what I remember. On more than one occasion, I tried. You know the classic, right? Is a white sheet with holes cut out so that you're a ghost. That is impossible
That
Are
is
you
to
gonna
do.
say you try? Wait, it is?
It's like Charlie Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
To keep the eye holes in
Yeah,
the
to keep
spot.
the eye holes
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
place. It's impossible.
Maybe
Yeah.
a nice ribbon around.
One
it?
of my friends did that when we were kids, and he had to go home and change into an eye costume.
Can I tell you, it is my dream to go out and be a bedsheet ghost and have it work out. But it never has.
I bet she could help you figure it out.
I think you have
Yeah.
to secure something inside.
Yeah, let's think
I bet
about
there's
it.
a special
Yeah.
effect
Let's
to that.
let's
somehow.
brainstorm for a minute.
My
Diane.
idea is you just get a wad of gum and
Yeah.
stick it to your head,
Yeah,
and then
and it'll keep it on there. Yeah.
Cut
Well,
your
like you
belly.
could put it over your head and then put an elastic band around your neck, and that'll keep it in place,
Yeah.
Stacey.
Then you'll choke.
Yeah,
It'll
you
be
will choke a
fun.
little
Yeah.
bit. I'm not saying it'll be comfortable,
maybe just a nice
But you look
choker.
good.
but it'll keep it
You
in
find some
place.
kind of round headpiece underneath, maybe, like sewn into the sheet.
Honestly, the thing is, it's like I don't understand how it even became a thing because the mechanics of it just doesn't work. So I don't think anybody has ever been a successful bedsheet ghost ever because it just doesn't work. But that's what I like, Stacey.
Right.
And if I could be a bedsheet ghost, I would. Okay, although now maybe it looks like you're doing a KKK thing. I don't know. I guess there's.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
You got to be careful with
I
white
know.
sheets, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's not as innocent a time as it used to be in 1976 when I was trying to be a bedsheet ghost. But that's always been my favorite. And then of course, it was the days of the Ben Cooper masks back
Right.
then, which were just these awful plastic masks that you couldn't really breathe out of. And then the actual costume, it was just like a plastic apron, basically.
Yeah, and it said like whatever.
And it
on
said whatever it was.
What you were,
Bozo the Clown.
Cinderella.
Yeah. So at least people would know.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, But like for example, if you wanted to go as the Fonz, you would have a bad plastic Fonz mask,
Oh,
They
yeah.
mentioned
and then a
Fonz.
plastic apron that says, "Hey, I'm the
Not at
Fonz."
all.
So-
So lazy.
Awful.
So one year, my friend who did the ghost thing also decided he was going to be like the high school mascot, which
Yeah.
was a blue devil.
Sure.
So he wore blue feety pajamas and made ears,
Yeah.
and everyone thought he was a bunny rabbit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
He was very mad.
And he's like, "I'm not a bunny rabbit. I'm the devil, man."
Yeah, exactly. Kept saying that. I'm not a bunny rabbit.
What is happening? I feel like what's happening more and more on Halloween is that the sort of the haunted houses, like people make haunted houses in their own houses, right? And they get more and more extravagant all the time. So, is there any of that happening around you? Do you go to see these haunted houses?
I wish I had the time to.
Yeah.
It's more just like I'm so busy, but I mean, like usually when I do get time, I try to like make it out. to
Yeah,
them if
I'm
I can.
gonna do that.
My favorite's the haunted corn maze.
Haunted corn
those
maze.
Are, those are
Because
a
you're actually
blast.
like, you feel trapped and
So
you're
you're out
being
there.
chased.
So you're out there. So
The
what's
ones with
happening?
The chainsaws.
Right. So there's a maze made out of corn. Wait.
I'm already scared because I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Wait a minute.
so-
Does the maze already exist before Halloween, or are they just making
A
it?
lot of the times there are corn
It's
mazes
just a regular
in the fall.
maze.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
So
they
here's
make
what
a
you do.
haunted one.
Here's what you do. You go out there. Already, you got to get from one end of the corn to the other, right?
Which is
Which is
pretty
difficult. First of all, it's difficult in any circumstances.
Right.
But are we doing this at night as well?
Oh yeah, it's pitch dark.
It's dark. I got to figure out how to get out of this maze. That's already. I'm in a state of panic and terror, right?
Exactly.
And then you're telling me, if I understand this correctly, you're telling me that suddenly you've also got people chasing you.
Chasing you, jumping out at you, saying spooky things. You hear other people screaming all around you.
Yeah. All right.
You know what's coming ahead of time. Well, you have an idea that it's terrible, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you get it. You get the premise.
It's funny, you know. If you remember, Stacy, in the 80s, right? It was like horror was just everywhere for a while. Back in the Jason and Freddy and Michael Myers and all that kind of stuff sort of faded out for a while. But the zombie thing, Walking Dead, just brought it all back.
Oh yeah.
And now there's zombies everywhere. And there's even there's zombie 5Ks now, where you're running a race,
Zombie walks.
and zombies are chasing
Yeah.
you.
What's the weirdest sort of event you've had to work on?
I got offered to do one of those, but I was working on another film at the time. But I think that probably would have been
Yeah.
for me because I haven't done anything like
Yeah.
that. But
Do you ever do any weird weddings?
not yet. But
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be fun.
Yeah, you gotta
Or
do
like
that.
a weird
hope to
funeral? That would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
Would you ever paint an actual corpse?
I mean.
Yeah, why
I think
not?
that's- Yeah. I don't
Do whatever you
see
want
why
to a
not. If
corpse,
the
they're not
family
protesting.
said yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
I don't see
Wait a
any
minute.
reason why
Just-
not.
Want me
But give me the scenario in which Diane has to work on a corpse
Yeah,
It's
for
like
something.
you're
There are people
familiar
who
with what a
actually
corpse
do that
look
for a
like,
job.
and we just want to make this one look a little.
My
Corpse
sister
here?
actually did that, believe it or not. My sister's a mortician.
Wow.
She used to be, you know,
What?
so it's kind of, my family has like gruesome
Yeah.
So
interests,
you'd be
but-
comfortable with a.
Sure.
Yeah, I would be.
So wait a minute. What did your sister do as a mortician? What was her job?
She like would make them up and like she'd do the
Wow.
embalming to like where they'd have to embalm the bodies. But
Did she ever ask you sort of for pointers?
well,
corpse
she started that before
makeup?
me, before I even started doing any of my special effects stuff. This was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
But
She doesn't do it anymore.
no, not anymore. She has a daughter now, so she's kind of doing the whole mom thing.
Oh,
Wow.
that's too bad because that sounds intense.
Yeah.
The embalming part. So what happens? So embalming is they basically fill you up with corn syrup or something. I don't know what it is.
Formaldehyde.
It's not corn syrup.
It seems like corn syrup would work.
Have the answer.
Honestly, if it was like,
It's probably just salt or something. I don't
if
know.
you asked me, like, here's what I need you to do. Crazy idea. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to drain all the blood out of this guy, and I want you to just keep him looking nice and pink, for the next 3 days, and then who cares?
I
But
just buy pink paint
I would just go, all right.
Spraying 'em.
and then Lysol.
Because here's why, Stace. Here's why.
Grease.
Yeah.
If you remember the toy from our youth, Stretch Armstrong,
Yes.
right?
Oh, jeez.
You would stretch him out. He was like a muscle guy, and you could stretch him out like this, right?
Yeah.
And what would happen is, like he'd be at the bottom of your toy box, and then he would get cut. You would cut him, right? And inside, corn syrup. That's what he was full of. He was full of corn syrup. like red, gloopy corn syrup. So if that's what is keeping him going,
This is keeping a piece of plastic.
same
Stretchy
thing.
plastic.
It's the dead guy. It doesn't need, his heart doesn't need to be pumping
Maybe
anything.
he's not stretchy plastic.
I'm telling you, if you give me a corpse, I'm gonna fill it with corn syrup, and we're gonna stretch him
Good
out.
luck.
We're gonna stretch him out as long as we want. It'll be great.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Wow. But anyway, that's what's happening, Stacy. You can't stop it. They gotta embalm you. That's what they gotta do. If you're gonna have a funeral, the people are gonna look at you. You're gonna get embalmed. That's all there is to it. There's nothing we can do about it. And Diane's sister was embalming people left and right,
Yeah.
all over town.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Do you remember, like, when she was doing that job? Would she come home depressed, or would she still be chipper when she came
No,
home?
I mean, she acted fine.
Yeah.
I mean, she lived, she had her own house and
Yeah.
everything, so
I think in a way, it might make you feel better about yourself because they're all dead. You're coming home alive, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, hey, at least I'm not that guy. So that's got to make you feel good.
And also maybe a little fearless, or at least not preoccupied with worrying about death like the rest.
Well, that's the thing. That's the other thing. Is like the other side of that is you might become preoccupied with death and start thinking about it all the time because you keep seeing it. Because you go, especially if you're doing
There's
it in
so many dead people.
right, so many dead people, and especially if you're doing it like in your hometown or something, and you don't come from a big town, and then so here comes Jasper. Now Jasper's dead,
Yeah, Jasper's
and he was
dead? My
and-
old pal, Jasper?
Yeah, the guy that ran the gas station, and he was alive last week.
Yeah.
All right, Jasper was alive. Now I'm filling him
he's
full of
so
corn
dead.
syrup.
Yeah.
So that could be heavy. So got to get a mortician on here. We got to talk this out.
Is it easy to botch, that process?
A corpse?
what's,
No, you can
like your
fix a
actual
corpse.
or
Yeah, like how careless are they with what's underneath the clothes?
I don't. To be honest, I'm not really too sure.
'Cause sometimes I wonder, like, okay, because if you have an open casket, you usually can't see much below
Yeah,
the pelvic area.
right. So you
What's
think
happening down there?
maybe there's nothing down there. I don't know.
Do their toes look all wonky, but they don't fix them?
Yeah.
Or do
I
they
mean,
do
they're
their
just gonna
best?
they're just gonna do what they need to do. They're not gonna.
Yeah, why go above and beyond if you don't?
Yeah, exactly. Especially if they're laying there, you only really even have to have the top of their clothes on. There might not be anything.
I always
underneath.
wondered that. Like, did they wear pants or?
Yeah, I mean, like
never asked my
why?
sister.
Why would they have to?
They do.
You know. They do. How do you know? What do you know about it?
Because I know people have died.
Yeah, I know you know people have died, but did you lift them up to see what was going on over there?
Because you give them clothes.
Yeah.
To the,
Yeah, I know they give them clothes, but here's
give
what I'm
them
saying.
like a full outfit.
But here's what I'm
So
saying.
that's what they put on
It's
the
not
person.
Do
easy.
you give them underwear?
Yeah, do you give them underwear?
That I don't know.
But also, I don't like. It's got to be difficult. They're heavy, man. It's not like a mannequin. It's easy to put clothes on a mannequin because they don't weigh anything. This guy still weighs 200 pounds, right? And when he's dead, unless they don't scoop everything out, do
This
they?
is lovely.
I don't know.
They
don't
don't
know.
scoop everything out, do they?
They might scoop stuff out. I don't know.
Boy.
The makeup part's really essential to that job, though, because I've been in a situation where I went to a funeral and I'm like, this doesn't look any. It was actually my dad's funeral, to be honest, and I was like, this doesn't look anything like my dad. What the hell is
did
this?
they put too much rouge on his cheeks or something?
His hair was all spiked.
Oh, it was spiked and
Like,
he didn't wear it
they
spiked?
they took the privilege of just like doing whatever they wanted to. His
They're
hair.
like, Heath looked better with a little Billy Idol.
He did have longer hair that he slicked down.
Yeah.
This is really,
And you're like, what is
They
this?
slicked his hair all the way up.
That's
Super
fantastic.
weird.
Oh gosh.
So what do you got coming up?
It's Halloween season. Basically,
Yeah.
prepping for that. Yeah.
Tell me what you're gonna be doing for Halloween.
Like my own makeup, you mean, or
No,
like
what
the
your
season?
plans are. What is gonna happen this Halloween, 2016? That's gonna be brand new for Diane and Dark Angel.
Well, there is something, but I can't
Ooh.
say
Special
it yet. I
project?
want to. Yeah, it's something that's coming up, and I just can't say anything about it yet. But that's like super exciting. It's coming.
Whatever it is,
But-
it sounds like it's gonna be really exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Yay.
Yeah. Yes.
And you get some film projects that are sort of in the works out there,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I get.
Do you have anything that you've shot already that hasn't come out yet that will be out soon?
Yep. Actually, Silenced should be coming out.
Ooh, Silence. Tell me about it.
That one, it's like a thriller. I have to be careful what I say because I don't want to give away anything.
No
so-
spoilers, please.
But it's and it's gonna be like in theaters, like around. So.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, they have. You can check out the Facebook page too, and it'll give updates and stuff like that.
So it's called Silenced.
Silenced.
And can you give me a description of the plot, maybe?
Yeah, it's basically this house gets broken into,
Yeah.
and it kind of has like a paranormal background to it too,
Okay.
with thieves and things like that.
Okay. Let me ask you this: do you, like, for example, haunted houses? Do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
You do?
I do believe in ghosts.
Oh my God,
I
really?
do. Yeah, I do.
Have you ever experienced anything that you would consider paranormal?
Yeah, I've had like creepy things happen.
You have?
Before, yeah.
Like what? What's creepy
Like
that's
I've
happened?
seen like shadows. Like when my grandfather passed away, the door, like my bedroom door, would just like there was no windows or anything open. The door was just like kind of like swinging back and forth. And my father had said when he was sleeping that he usually sleeps with his door, I guess, like kind of peeked open, it slammed shut.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, I don't know, just like little creepy things like that.
I bet there's ghosts swimming around my place. I'm so aloof that.
Yeah. Could that have just have been a breeze from outside that shut the door?
We had all the windows were shut in the
Okay.
house. Everything was like closed. I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
but like the shadow thing, I thought was kind of creepy because it wasn't anything. I try to think logical first. To think, well, was it
Right.
a car that drove by?
Yes.
We lived on a quiet street, so.
Because here's the problem. The problem is, if you go, all right, so it turns out ghosts are real. I mean, what are the mechanics behind that? I mean, like, everything is topsy-turvy now. Am I going to become a ghost? That's what I
Yeah.
need to know.
It turns
And then if
everything
I-
else upside down. It's too much.
And also, if I do become a ghost, is there like a handbook or anything? Like, is there rules? I mean, what am I...
Like in Beetlejuice.
I mean, how do I know what my job is if I'm a ghost? That's the thing. Like, what kind of ghost am I?
Right.
I figure in any situation, whether even if there's a heaven or a hell, right? There's got to be some bureaucracy in place.
Don't worry, pal. I bet there's a ghost orientation.
I hope that there's. And I tell you what, if it's anything like orientations I've had at work, you kind of gloss over sometimes.
Oh yeah,
You don't really
it's
remember.
exhausting. You're overwhelmed. All
Yeah,
the
there's too much information at once.
A lot of it's not important.
So what if you blow it? What if you do a terrible job at being a ghost? Do you get in trouble? Do you have to report to your
Well,
supervisor?
you're immortal, so who
I mean,
knows?
do you have
Or
a
are
ghost
you?
supervisor? Yeah, exactly. If you're immortal, right, and you're going to be doing this forever, what do I care if I do a good job for? I'm already here.
You have time to make up for it.
You see what I'm saying, Diane? There's a lot that goes into this ghost thing. What about, anything else? Like, do you believe in UFOs, for example? What do you think is happening there?
I mean, I think there's other life out there. I mean,
Okay.
we're just a little spot in the universe,
That's
you
true.
know. Yeah, yeah,
Got to be something,
has to be.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Bigfoot?
No, but a
No.
friend of mine and I have an ongoing joke, but no.
Well, what's the
No. We used to print up, I don't know why, like randomly in high school, we'd have to be in our computer labs and we print up pictures of Sasquatches and
Yeah.
like, just randomly leave them around. The teacher always say, "Who's printing Sasquatches?"
Right.
But it was just, I don't know, it was a little funny piece of information.
Honestly, though, I mean, this Bigfoot thing, if you've ever seen a grizzly bear on his two legs, that's a Bigfoot.
From far away.
That's
sure,
it.
Yeah.
If a grizzly bear is on two legs walking around, he's trying to get some
Which they
honey on
do,
top of
right?
a tree.
I mean, they
yeah,
do
they
that
do
all
because
the
they got to
time.
get up on a tree.
Yeah.
That's a goddamn Bigfoot. That's all it is. How could it be another species that we haven't even figured out yet? And also because no animals, except for octopus, are just one of them hanging around. Everything travels around in like packs, right?
Many things.
You've never heard of a pack of big feet, right?
Big feet.
It's only just one at a time. How do we just get one of
It's
anything?
just a honey bear. You're right.
It's just a bit. Yeah, that's exactly what it
Photography
is.
is always
Honey
grainy.
bear.
Come on, people. Let's get it together with the Bigfoot. It's just a goddamn bear. Although I kind of feel like, I don't know why, but I kind of feel like there might be something to the Yeti Stace, which is a whole different thing, up there in the Himalayas, up in the mountains. But I think it's probably just like
Some guy who isn't shaved.
yeah, it's just a guy. It's a guy in like a white thing, just hanging
What
around
about
up in the mountains.
the Loch Ness monster?
The Loch Ness Monster, from the start, it was a hoax. They had a guy who made a little Loch Ness monster model that he put in the water and took the picture. And that's the entire basis of the whole myth. But I will say this. Like anything you find in the ocean is kind of monstrous anyway.
Right. I'm equally terrified of anything that's like seems large and is swimming around below
Yeah,
me.
exactly. Like if you look
Doesn't
at,
matter what it is.
you see like those oarfish sometimes that are just like they're like
I
long
don't even
bony
like
fish.
little
They're like 30 feet long.
tadpoles swimming by my feet. I
If
don't
you
like
saw
it.
one of those, you'd freak out and think it was a monster, and it's just a fish. That's just the way it is. All right, we only got a couple minutes left, so Diane, I want to make sure that we have all of the information so that after the show is over, we can look you up, see what's happening in the world of Dark Angel special effects. Where do they go on the internet, for example?
I have a Facebook page.
Yep.
It's facebook.com/Dark Angel SPX.
I think Stacy bringing that up. There you go. There she is. So you
incredible.
can get on there. You can see a bunch of her work, and if they want to hire you, I'm assuming they can do that.
Yeah, yep, the information's right on the page. You just click it.
That's awesome. So we got Silence coming up. That's going to be in theaters. Any idea when that's going to be happening?
I'm guessing they said 2016 through 2017, so
Okay.
I'm guessing probably 2017ish.
Okay, cool. And I'm assuming you'll be doing more stuff with Ungovernable Films
Yeah.
in the future, making some more
Absolutely.
gruesome stuff for them.
Absolutely.
And all Halloween, you're going to see her. You're going to go to a party. There's going to be somebody in the corner. Boom, making crazy makeup. It's Diane.
Yeah.
So you can just
That'll
go
be
up to her, order up whatever damage you're looking for, and she'll give it to you. Fantastic. All right, everybody, let me say this before we leave. Friday on the radio show, An Evening with Caged Heat. So that'll be good. Rick Doucette coming in
It's gonna
too.
be nuts.
We're going to have a good time. Next Monday on the show, Gondoliers are back from their tour of Europe. So we're going to be hanging out with them. They want a balloon drop, Stace. Maybe we'll do one, maybe we won't. I don't know. But we'll see how that goes. And coming up in just a couple seconds, well, a couple minutes, the Movie Waft with me and Stacy and the great Johnny Barash is joining us today to talk about some movies. Thank you, Diane.
Thank
It's been
you.
great fun. We'll see you at Halloween.
Awesome. Thank you.
We'll see you guys next time on the Sleazegrinder Show.
I'm a ghost. I haunt your house. I'm a ghost. I make spooky sounds. I don't take no mess. I'm a ghost.